Well, Chicago Latino theater is unique because unlike other parts of the country, Chicago's Latino community is hyper diverse. You don't have one community that dominates over another. Like on the West Coast, it's predominantly Mexican and Chicano. On the East Coast, you have Puerto Rican, Dominican. Here in Chicago, we have all communities and all cultures that represent true Latino ethnicities.
Chicago Shakespeare was so excited when Myrna first approached us to be part of Destinos. The idea that Chicago would have this new institution producing this most important work, especially in these times, was a thrill for us to support that work and to amplify that work.
What CLATA has done for Latinx theater and the creation of Destinos is just an incredible moment in the history of Chicago theater and really the arts in Chicago.
In 5 years, I hope to see Latino theater have even more of a consistent, integrated presence, not something that we tack on, not something that's marginalized, but something that is fundamental, integral part of every theater and every season.
Well, there's such an expansive Chicago theater landscape with so many theaters, so many types, so many genres of theater, but without a vibrant Latino theater community, we can't be whole in Chicago in terms of theater and its presentation.
I invite you to be part of this journey with us, to be inspired, to be touched, to be infused with our culture.
And when you have a world-class city like Chicago that lacks the important voice of its largest minority group, Latinos, something needs to change. And that's why we created CLATA, and that's why we created Destinos, to make sure that the wonderful Chicago Latino theater that exists in our city and has existed for years is elevated to the point that it needs to be, that it has the recognition that it deserves. Because while we're celebrating Chicago theater in Chicago, the year of Chicago theater this year, where Chicago bears its fearless soul, we cannot forget that Latino theater is also where Chicago bears its important fearless soul.
Theater is where Chicago bears its 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 fearless soul.
El teatro latino es donde se revela el alma de Chicago.